Hi, today I'm going to show you agent memory, persistent memory for agentic coding, whether you use Codex, Claude Code, Cursor or whatever. I'll show you why this is a really cool new tool, what's the difference to just using a Claude MD file, and then we will walk through the setup together, how to install it, how to wire it up with your agent, and seeing it actually remember things across sessions. I'm on Windows, but on Mac it works pretty much the same. I'll point out a few spots that are a little tricky on Windows. Okay, but first, why do we want or need this? So every coding agent forgets everything the moment your context window fills up. So you re-explain your stack, your conventions, the same decisions every single time. But you might now say, I've got a Claude.md file for this. Yeah, this is true, but a Claude.md file is just like a sticky note. You load it into the context window every time and it goes stale very fast. Agent memory is more dynamic. It is a searchable database behind it. It captures what your agent does automatically and pulls only what's relevant. It also works across Claude Code, Cursor and Codex, all of them. Okay, let's now start with the setup. I'm in VS Code and I just open a new terminal. First we have to install agent memory. So we can just type npm install -g for globally agent memory. So this will install the library on your system. Okay, now we can start the agent memory server. You just have to type agent memory. So this will automatically start your server, but I recommend using Docker for this. So you can directly start it, or you can use a Dockerized version. So if you want to use Docker, which is a little bit easier, especially on Windows, just save the variable agent memory use Docker. Set that to 1, and after that type agent memory. So this will download the image. Here you just have to press enter, and now the server is up and running. Next step is to open another terminal and just copy and paste that agent memory demo. And now agent memory is available. So that is the web interface. If you go to localhost port 3113, then you will see the agent memory UI. So the most important tabs are the dashboard, graph, that is a knowledge graph that we can build, and also the memories that we can store. Currently we don't have any memories, and as you can also see, it doesn't work yet because we have to provide additional information. So we have to set an API key. So you can set your OpenAI or Anthropic API key, but I will also show you how to set this up with a local model so you don't have to pay extra money for this feature. Okay, the next step is to install the agent memory plugin. So for that, we have to enter the Claude CLI, and here just copy and paste that command, plugin marketplace, and then we add the GitHub repository. So now we added it, and now we can install it. So we can just type here, plugin install agent memory, and we want to install it for us, so for the user scope. And now we installed everything. Okay, now we want to connect agent memory to Claude. There is normally a connect command which isn't supported on Windows, unfortunately. So what we have to do is we have to create a .mcp.json file, and here we copy and paste this. So we set up our MCP servers here because agent memory behind that is an MCP server, and Claude will use that MCP server as a tool. So our server is running on that URL, and Claude will automatically find it and use it. Okay, so after setting this up, we can restart the Claude CLI. And if we type MCP, then we can see we've got 4 servers and agent memory is connected. So this will be automatically used now by Claude. But one important thing to understand, so this gives Claude the memory tools. It can search and save memory when it decides to, but it does not automatically record things in the background yet. For that we need hooks. We will get to that in a second. Okay, so a few seconds ago I showed you that not every feature in the UI is available yet. So we first have to enable that. For that you have to create a .agent memory folder in your user directory, and inside there you have to create a .env file. So I made a little trick. So I set up OpenAI key to Olama and the OpenAI base URL to my Olama server. So my LLM will be Gwen 2.5 Coda, and my embedding model will be Nomic embed text. So you can just copy and paste that in your system, and this will automatically work if you install these models with Ollama, but of course you can also use OpenAI or Anthropic as model. Okay, so now let's close this file. And what we're going to do now is install the hooks. So the hooks allow the actual magic. The hooks are responsible for recording everything that you do automatically in the background. So first you have to find out where the hook scripts live. Just type npm root -g. So this is the path to your global node modules. And then just use that command for getting the path to your agent memory scripts. So you can see there are a lot of scripts. So these are little scripts that fire on every action and send that to the memory server. So next step is to create a settings.json in .claude, because in this case we want it project local, and we want to point at these scripts with their full paths. So in this case I just copy and paste exactly that. You can also find this file in my GitHub repository. Just make sure that you update that exact path. Save the file. Just open a new terminal, type Claude, and now type /hooks. So we can see we've got 19 hooks configured. So this is what we expect. And now we can restart the agent memory server. And type agent memory demo. So the UI restarts. So let's go back to the URL. And if we just refresh this, we can now see there is already a knowledge graph. And also here are no restrictions anymore, but we don't have any memories yet. Let's now create our first memory. Okay, so let's try to create a memory with Claude. So what actually works should be something like this. So always use UV and rough for this project. And what might help a little bit more is use the memory remember tool to save this. Normally this should work because LLMs are quite good in identifying the correct tool, but this may give it a little bit more of a direction. So let's try it out. So you can see I will save the preference. Let me load the agent memory save schema tool for that. Okay, so let's have a look at the UI. If we refresh that, we can now see there is our first memory. We can see the type, which is a preference. We can see the version when it was updated the last time, and also the strength. Strength is a very important metric and also a very cool feature, because it basically means how much the system trusts the memory and how useful it is. So useful and often used memories grow stronger and other ones decay and eventually get removed. So this is the feature that keeps your agent memory sharp instead of just getting bloated over time. Okay, that's it for this video. Honestly, I think that is quite promising, and in my opinion, in general, we don't need bigger and better LLMs all the time. What we really need is better tooling or better agent harnesses, like many tech pros say these days. So tools like this might be where the real gains are hiding these days. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.